Good evening, everybody. Firstly, apologies for the slightly later start than originally scheduled. Before we get underway, Gareth will say a few words before we open the floor for questions.
Yeah, just to say, are we on? Yeah. Just to say that we're delighted to be coming down to Southampton to play. Our experiences of taking the team around the country have been really positive, and I know the tickets here sold out really quickly. So we're looking forward to a brilliant atmosphere tomorrow night. We know a very tough game. Very impressed with Kosovo, the way that they've played and the results that they've had. So we're expecting a different sort of challenge to Saturday, but one that we're looking forward to.
Rob, do you want to start?
Gareth, what did you learn from that Bulgaria game, and how does it shape your thinking going into this one?
Well, I think a very different style of game. I think Kosovo will be very high pressing, hard working, more attacking threat than we faced on Saturday. Maybe there'll be a little bit more space to play higher up the pitch, but certainly their forwards and the whole team work extremely hard to make life uncomfortable for you. So whatever we learned from Saturday's game, I think this is a completely different challenge, and we've got to approach it that way.
Your captain showed his value again. Is Harry Kane undroppable from an England perspective? If he's fit, he plays.
Well, in the end, in the summer, we decided that he probably wasn't ready to start. So I don't think you can have a player that is undroppable, because I think that's a dangerous route for any team. And it's probably not healthy for any individual player. So without wishing to create a load of fuss the day before the game, I think it's safe to say he won't be dropping him for tomorrow. But you know, his level of performance is consistently so high that it would be a rare occurrence. But as we've seen, you know, we've got to make sure that everybody is at the top of their game at all times, because we have got great competition for places.
Wayne Rooney, of course, England's all-time leading scorer with 53. Harry's gone past Sir Geoff Hurst now. He's on 25. Do you expect him to eclipse Rooney on the scoring charts in due course?
Well, I spoke at the weekend about this. I mean, it's Wayne, Sir Bobby Charlton, Gary Lineker to have scored the number of goals they've had isn't only about their quality in front of goal. It means they've had longevity. They've stayed relatively injury-free. They've been available to play a lot of games, and they've maintained their form to be first choice throughout most of their career. So to be able to do it, Harry's got to do all of those things. What I would say is that his mentality and his professionalism means he will give himself every chance of doing it, and he's got the ability and the drive to want to do it. How it will all play out, it's, you know, we're a long way from that, but it's a remarkable record in such a short period of time, that's for sure.
On a more sinister note, Declan Rice has spoken today about the threats that he and his family received on social media after he pledged his allegiance to England away from the Republic of Ireland. Was that something you were aware of, and what do you make of it? Yeah,
I think when I spoke with Declan about the possibility of him transferring association across, I was very conscious that this was something that could happen, and that's why I wanted to tread very carefully to make sure that him and his family had all the time they needed to make a decision. I never pushed because I suspected that this would be part of the consequences of that, and so you know, he's, I think, dealt with everything incredibly maturely. He just wants to focus on his football, and I think he's been a really excellent addition to our squad in terms of his ability, but also his mentality and personality. He fits the mould of so many of our team. They're desperate to improve. They're desperate to maximise their talent, and he's no different.
It's social media again in the spotlight here. Are we reaching a stage where you as England manager might recommend to professional footballers under your care and further afield that they simply don't go on social media?
Well, I think a lot of the guys don't anyway. I think the reality of being in the public eye is that whether it's through social media or other formats, people are subjected to abuse, and I think people are naive if they don't realise that happens and has happened for years. But social media is clearly amplifying that, and I think it's possible to have tighter controls. So there is some responsibility, I think, for the companies involved to, for want of a better phrase, police that a little bit more strictly than they have.
Jordan, as a senior pro yourself, what do you make of social media? What's your advice to the youngsters at Liverpool and the youngsters here about it?
Well, I was just thinking there, if you try and take social media away from them, I'm not sure most of them will be happy about it. I think it's evolved, of course, and the younger generation, it's normal for them, so I think it'll be difficult to take away. I think I seen an interview Marcus done the other day, and he mentioned it about if you create an account and things on social media about identification with us. I thought it was a really good idea. I didn't realise people can just create accounts and you don't know who it is really, so I think that's one way forward. If somebody could do something about that, that would be great, and it would help, I'm sure. But I think for the lads, they just need to be sensible with it, not read too much into it. I think it's good to interact with the fans who support them and encourage them, want them to do well, but you're also going to get people that are going to criticise you and not great things about you as well, and you've just got to get on with it really. Don't read the comments, and just concentrate on playing football. And I think a lot of the lads have companies that may help with the social media anyway, in terms of the uploading pictures and stuff, so maybe some of them don't need to go on as much anymore.
Let's talk about football, shall we? Because the look on your face and the emotion that you showed in Madrid when you won the Champions League was a special moment, I think, for a lot of England fans to see you react in that way. Would it mean even more to you if you won a trophy with England?
It would mean a lot. I wouldn't say it would mean more, but that goes for any trophy. I wouldn't. Any trophy that I win, I'll be over the moon, and that's all I ever want. Is to win, whether that's at Liverpool, at England, and it means so much to me to win trophies, to win as a team really on a weekend. It means so much. So to win a trophy in the summer was massive, and huge for me and for my team. But for England as well, we want to go forward. That's what we want to achieve. We want to win trophies, and we want to be as successful as we can be, and that would mean everything to me, and I'm sure the lads as well. Hopefully one day we can see that.
Give us a perspective. You've been in this England side a long time now. Is this the most competitive midfield that you've been a part of?
It's always competitive. Always through my career at England, it's always been competitive, not only in midfield, just to get in the squad. And we've got so many great players, coming through, young players. If you look at Mason, who's coming through, who's doing really well at Chelsea. Ox is back. He's doing really well, top player. Winksy, Deck, Ross. There's so many good midfielders. Top midfielders as well, so that they push each other in training to be better, to improve, and for the people that are playing or starting, then they've got to make sure they're performing at the highest level to stay in the team. And for the people that may not be starting, they need to push and work hard and wait for the opportunity and be ready when given the opportunity as well. But I think that's only a healthy thing for the squad, to keep pushing each other and to be the best. Gareth,
last one from me. Are you thinking you'll make many changes from the starting 11 against Bulgaria?
We might freshen the team a bit. I think that would be important. We don't need to. Everybody's fit and available. So we've just got to make sure we get the balance right, because we need the cohesion, and we need to have the right defending and attacking profiles to make sure that we're giving ourselves the best chance to win the game. So as I said, I'm expecting an enjoyable game. I think it will be a lot of passion on the pitch, a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism, and I know Kosovo are also bringing big support. So I think it's going to be a really good night.
Just before we move on to Ian Dennis, do we have any questions from our visitors from Kosovo? Yep. Can we go there first? Yeah, thanks.
Arlin Sadiku from Supersport. You said it's going to be a tough match for you, but do you expect it to be the hardest test for England until now?
Yes, absolutely. I wasn't surprised by the result on Saturday against the Czech Republic. Before the game, my coaches were sitting down to watch the game, and I said, I'm expecting you to come and tell me that Kosovo win, because I've watched all of the matches, every game, and the level of the performance has been consistent. The tactical side of the game has been good. The coach has the team really well organised, and of course the passion of a relatively new country is clear. The spirit and the passion for the shirt and for the flag. So I think the team have brought all of those things to their performances, and I'm expecting them to be the toughest challenge.
Kosovo misses the best players, for example, Rashica or Zeneli. I think you know them. But even that, we won against Czech Republic.
Yeah.
You expect more defensive formation from Kosovo against England tomorrow?
Well, we never know, because every team that plays, we watch them and then they come and play differently against us. But I'm not expecting that, really. I'm expecting them to be positive. I'm expecting them to be aggressive with their pressure, aggressive with some of their attacking play. They have speed, and I don't think that the coach is somebody who wants to take a backward step. He's very positive with his football, so I think they'll bring the game to us, and I think that will make it a good game to watch.
There's the microphone to the gentleman here.
National Kosovo broadcast. I'm sure you watched all the matches of Kosovo so far. Which of the players impressed you most?
Well, obviously, the two wingers who aren't here were outstanding, but also the guys that have come in. We know Selina very well from Swansea. We know that the centre forward Muriki is big physical presence, carries the fight. The two of them start the press off. They play with tremendous energy, which goes right through the team. And also the right back is a Voivoda is a very strong defender, but also gives a lot to the attack. His strong forward runs, good ability to cross the ball, arrives in the box to score. The potential to score goals, not just Saturday's game, but before that as well. So yeah, we know everything. We think the squad is very strong, and we've prepared fully for the game.
Dennis?
And Gareth, with that in mind, the qualities you've just talked about, do you have a message for the people of Southampton? Because they might look at Kosovo and say, oh, they're the minnows, because of their relatively new, obviously, relative inexperience in their footballing history. Yet people might be unaware of how they play, and also their unbeaten record. Yeah,
I mean, as you say, they have the longest unbeaten record in Europe, so that in itself is a stat that should make people take notice. But it's not for me to tell the supporters here how to assess the game. I'm sure they're looking forward to seeing England come to their city. I'm sure they're looking forward to the game and getting behind the team as much as we've found in the other places we've played away from Wembley. So and I think they'll see for themselves the quality of the opposition, and the desire of the opposition will make it a really intense game.
Any further questions? Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.